Welcome to another edition of Tech Tips from Tech Trek. I'm Gregory Michaels, and I'm the president and owner of Tech Trek Computer Services in Broomfield, Colorado. Today we're going to be talking about something I call the smart column headings, or maybe another way to look at it is getting the most out of your column headings. And what exactly are we talking about? Well, let me give you an example. We're constantly looking at lists of things on the internet. Here's the File Explorer, and I'm in my download folder. And here we have a list of all the files in my download folder. And here are the column headings I'm talking about. We have the name, the date, the type of file, and the size. Well, that's nice, but how are these smart column headings? Or how can I get some use out of them besides just having them there to tell me what's in the column? Well, many people don't realize that if you click on your column headings, what it will do is actually sort these lists on the column that you're clicking on. And that makes it very easy to find things. This list, as I'm looking at it now, it's hard to find any one thing on the list that I might be looking for. Pretty long list. Seems to be in random order, although it's not really in random order. And I'll show you why. It's actually, I don't know what it's sorted by right now. Oh, it's sorted by size right now. So we're seeing the big files on top, as you can see from this number, starts big and gets smaller. Well, how did it get that way? Well, it got that way by just clicking on the size column header. Right now, high to low, we get to sort. If I click this one more time, you can see it starts with the small files and goes up from there. I click again. It goes with the big files and goes down from them. So we're sorting either high to low or low to high. Same thing with the name. We can do alphabetical sorts. Now usually folders come first and then files, and you see we're all alphabetical here. So that would help finding something if we knew the name of it, right? We can also sort by date. So now all the newer files, or the files that have been modified recently, they all come to the top. So that's another way of finding something, maybe something you just downloaded and you want to just get to it quick. It should be at the top of the list. So you can use the date column to sort by date. Another handy one here is to sort by what type of file. And here you can see it groups folders and then the different file types. Like here's our PDFs grouped together, our EXEs, which are called application files. What else? We got some zip files. They're all grouped together. Got some ISOs, which you may not know what those are even. Got a few Word documents, some install programs, some sound waves, all nicely grouped together. So probably the most often used is the name or the date. Size is handy when you're trying to clean up your drive and get rid of the big stuff. So if I was trying to free up some space, I could delete these guys on top here and get huge amounts of space back. So that's what I mean when I say smart column headings. Now these column headings, or this technique, actually translates into other programs as well. Right now we're in the File Explorer. Let me close that one. Let me jump here to my Outlook file. And again, here we have some column headings: from, subject, received, size. Well, wouldn't it be nice to find all the emails from a certain person for the last year or two? That could take a long time if you had to scroll through this whole list here looking for those. So using our column headings, we click from, voila, all these messages are now grouped by who they came from. So now, and of course it's alphabetical, so I can go through here for the name I'm looking for, whatever that might be. Here's all the Facebook stuff. Let's say I was looking for everything from Ernest Plaskunyak Jr. Here we go. Here's our whole thread of conversation with Ernest. And I found that very easily. And you can see these cover various range of dates. Here's everything from Facebook, which actually spans a couple of different years. So, and I got that just by clicking on that from heading. We can also go by subject, which might group things according to a thread on a particular subject. Like here's a little thread about our garage floor job that we were working with Israel on. You can also, of course, sort by date. So you can get new emails first, or you can get the old emails first. And size, which is lesser used in this application, could help you find some large emails if you needed to. So that's just a second example of smart column headings being leveraged for whatever purposes you might need them. I'm going to show you one more here. The task manager. We use the task manager quite a bit to see what's going on the computer. And right now you can see my CPU is running 96% and my memory 58%. And wow, that's pretty high. I didn't even realize that till just now when I looked at this. So how do I find out what's eating up all my CPU here? Well, again, here's our smart column headings. I'm going to click on CPU, and it's showing me Snagit, which is the program I'm using to actually record this. That's at the top here, and it's using up 70% of the CPU, so that's good to know. So I'm not too worried about that, because as soon as I close Snagit, that's going to go away. We can also sort by memory being used, and again, Snagit's on the top of the list, and it's using the most memory. So if I thought this was a problem, I could actually right click here and end that process, and my CPU would go back down to a more reasonable level. And we do this a lot when we're trying to find out why computers are running so slow. We can come in here and see what's going on, and using these smart column headings, it's pretty quick and easy to identify the culprits that are causing the high usage. Not so important here, other than, well, here too, sorting by name sometimes is nice. So if you know you're looking for a particular process, like TeamViewer, easier to find if it's sorted by name. But commonly we mostly use CPU or memory in this application. The other thing to note is you can enlarge these columns by hovering your mouse over these divider lines. So if you're not seeing everything you want to see, you can expand the column headings so that you can get all of the information visible and more readable. So that's it for smart column headings. Try it. It translates to many different programs. It's not 100% universal, but you can always try, and it definitely makes life easier to find things no matter what kind of list you're looking at.